Hi friends, welcome to my not a sewing vlog. I just got back from work, so I figured I look kind of cute today and I'm way behind on today's vlog, so I might as well pop up to the sewing room and get my video. Today was a good day. I taught first graders. They were adorable. I came home with so many new pictures for my fridge. I'm really excited about that. Sometimes Handsome Hubby asks me why I have other people's children's pictures on my fridge, and my response is because George can't draw. If George could draw pictures, I would have puppy drawings on my fridge instead. But because he can't, I have other people's adorable pictures, and I got so many cute pictures today. They were really, really cute, the kids. I was like thrown a whole new loop this week. I'm visiting a friend in March, and they want to dress up, and they have changed their mind a couple times, and most recently they have decided they want to do the mid to late 1860s, which is the elliptical hoop era. If you don't know what the elliptical hoop is, you may know that in like the late 1850s through about the early 1860s, is the big round hoops. You know, a lot of people who are not into historical costuming reference Gone with the Wind, you know, the big round hoop skirts. The elliptical hoop is similar, but it's a little bit narrower in the front and sides, just a little bit narrower in the front and sides, and then it kind of swoops back in the back. If you follow me on Instagram, I have recently posted a couple of pictures. You can also look up Victorian elliptical hoop or 1865 dresses, and you'll see how the skirts, they're still big and kind of round, but they kind of, the roundness around the sides kind of tapers just a little bit, and then the back kind of swoops. Instead of being round, it swoops back. And I was like, me being me, of course, I went, okay, let's do that. And then I looked at the elliptical hoop pattern I have, realized I have zero supplies for making this. I started looking at how much it was cost to buy supplies. I cannot afford to buy elliptical hoop making supplies right now. I looked at what it would cost to buy an elliptical hoop. It is very expensive, which I understand because it's quite an ordeal. So I can't afford to buy an elliptical hoop right now. So my choices are basically try to Frankenstein one of my hoop skirts into an elliptical hoop, or tell my friend that they can dress up elliptical and I will have to dress up a little bit earlier era into just a round hoop skirt, because I have very tight finances and buying or making an elliptical hoop was not in the costuming finances. My costuming finances until like August is basically anything I can find in this room. So yeah, that's my costuming finances. And unless it's like a few little notions or something, that is it. So, and I cannot find huge hoop skirt making, no, I can't. So, this weekend I have a long weekend. Schools have something called midwinter break. Swear we did not have that when I was in school, but Monday's off. I guess that's kind of for President's Day, but also it's part of winter break, Tuesdays off and Wednesdays off. So I've kind of filled up some of those days with, I'm going to be running amok with a friend. I'm also going to be going up to Port Townsend and looking at the event space that I am hosting a ball in April, to kind of scope out the space, look it over, maybe take some measurements, and also kind of do preliminary like layout where things should go. But I'll also have plenty of time on my hands, I have two hands, to get a bunch of costuming done. I really wanted to finish this big cosplay project that I have been working on for like on and off for several months, like many months, like many months. And I was kind of hoping to have it done by Emerald City, but it is just, I have so many other costuming things that I just really also need to get done. And so I was trying to think about like my priorities and what I love and what I really want to get done. And I decided that it's just not going to happen for Emerald City this year. So I'm just going to wear my Felicity Merriman American Girl outfit with my American Girl group on Friday. On Saturday, I'm thinking I might do an Over the Garden Wall cosplay, kind of throwing that around a little bit. And then Sunday, I think I might do my Penelope Bridgerton outfit. So that might get mixed up a little bit. I'm not like hard set on that, but well, except for the American Girl one. But Saturday and Sunday are a little in flux. I don't know yet if I'm going to be working on Thursday. If a job comes available, then I will work on Thursday, because I don't want to miss 2 days of work as opposed to just missing one. So I'll have time to work on more costuming projects this weekend, which I am excited about, but also very nervous about, because I have a friend who's coming to visit next week, who has never seen my house. And no matter how many times I warn my friends, hey, my house is a mess and my sewing room is like a giant pile of multiple piles, I still just feel awful when they walk into my house and go, oh, there are piles. I mean, they never say that. They're too nice to say that. But I feel like I can like hear their brains going, pile. So hopefully some spring cleaning can happen this weekend too. I hope to stay super busy. I hope that I don't sit and play Stardew Valley all weekend, because I kind of started up a new farm and it has its own challenges, and I'm trying to get Shane to marry me. He is just really, he's really hard to get through to, but I'm sure he will marry me eventually, and then I will have blue chickens, because the best reason to marry Shane really is for the blue chickens. Of course, I'm secretly pining for Elliot, but I have married Elliot before, and it's time to marry Shane and get some blue chickens. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. Stardew Valley is amazing. It's a gem. You can play it. I think you can. I know you can play it on your computer. So I know it's available for PC. I play it on the Switch, and I just find it super relaxing. It's a farming game, but there's also people in town, and you can build friendships, and there's like a bunch of, they call them all bachelors, but there's both girls and guys of varying ages and backgrounds and personalities and stuff that you can court, date, whatever you want to call it. And you can marry one of them. You can also get divorced. You can have kids. You can also get sick of your kids and turn them into birds. It's really weird. But anyway, I find the game really relaxing when I'm super stressed out or just have a lot on my mind. I've also been talking like future costuming outings and projects with friends, which is like my favorite thing to do. For a big chunk of time, I feel like no friends have been planning anything with me. Like they're just doing their own costuming things. And I'm like, that's great. But I have so much more fun when I'm like planning costuming things with friends. So I have a couple of friends now who are like, oh, I have the fabric for this. And I was like, oh, I have fabric that would be great for that. And they're like, oh, we should make those costumes and we should like go run amok in them. And I'm like, that would be amazing. Let's make those costumes and go run amok in them. So, yes, that's going to happen. And I'm super excited for that. I also found more fabric. I know. You're like, Emily, how can you just randomly find fabric? Welcome to my world. It's everywhere. It is everywhere. This fabric that I found, it was in a bin next to my bed that I thought had all my sweaters in it. There was like a layer too deep of sweaters, and underneath was fabric. I don't remember how that happened at all, but it happened. And so I found a bunch of fabric. And so now I'm rethinking what I want to do for my 1890s ball gown. I know I talk about this all the time, but you're just going to hear it a lot. Sorry. In April, during the first Friday night of the Victorian Heritage Festival held in Port Townsend, no affiliation, I am hosting a 1890s ball, and I am very excited about this, and I want everyone to come. If you go to the Visions of History P&W group on Facebook, which is now an open public group, I know, I did it, you will find the event under that group. Feel free to join the group if you're local. I mean, if you're not local, you can too, but I'm not sure why you would, but hey, whatever floats your boat. But if you're local, especially, you should join the group. I'm hoping to get into more event hosting. This is my first event since moving up here, and I hope it goes well. It's an 1890s ball. There's going to be dancing. There's going to be some dessert. There's going to be photos. There's going to be, I'm not sure, but I think there might be a raffle as well. Maybe. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be a raffle or a silent auction or something of that type. It might just be a raffle because I like the idea of just kind of random winning, then people like bidding against each other or something like that. It's going to be super fun. Everyone's coming in 1890s evening wear, ball gowns, Handsome Hubby's coming. I'm so excited Handsome Hubby's coming. I didn't even have to really talk him into it. Okay, well, I kind of talked him into it, but I did it in the wife way. Well, wife, girlfriend, I did it in the woman way. And you know what I'm talking about, where it was basically me going, oh no, I'm so nervous about my event and that I'm not going to have enough help, and how am I going to take care of this and this? And what if something on the technical side of things goes wrong? What will I do? And Handsome Hubby said, well, I can come up and I can help. You would? And you would dress up because it's a historical ball? Yeah, I'll dress up. And you will dance with me? Yes, I'll dance with you. And you'll dance with my friends too? Yes, I'll dance with your friends too. Yes. Ha-ha! So I didn't like talk him into it. He volunteered. I mean, really, he totally, he volunteered all on his own. That's what happened. Okay. That's what happened. And that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So, I suddenly have a bunch more options for my ball gown, and my brain is like Should we do this? Should we do this? Should we do this? And I've been looking up historical gowns, and the thing is, 1890s, my favorite, of course, is like 1885, you know, wide skirts, big puff sleeves, everything narrows in the center. It's really a great silhouette for a girl like me. And they range. If you look up historical paintings, fashion plates, extant dresses that still exist, I mean, they range everything from a dress made out of just one color satin fabric, complete, and sleeves, the bodice, the skirt, it's all just one fabric, satin fabric, with no embellishments whatsoever, just beautiful in its simplicity. The color and the beauty of the fabric just shines, and it's gorgeous. All the way up to dresses just dripping in embellishment. So, I mean, and everything in between. And so I keep trying to think about like different aspects of like a ball. For one thing, dancing, I tend to overheat. So probably not going to want a fabric that's super heavy or super thick. Also, you know, do you want to train or not? If you don't want to train, then the dress goes to the tops of your toes at the very, longest, so that you're not going to trip on your dress and no one else is going to trip on your dress. And if you do a train, you have to make sure that there's a way for your train to be either swept up, either attaches to like a loop onto your finger. Sometimes there were ways for them to attach up to like the side of the dress. But you cannot have a train down. I learned that the hard way my first Regency ball. My first Regency ball, I made this beautiful cream colored dress out of this beautiful fabric. Didn't flow very well, but it was a beautiful fabric. And of course, I made a little train on it. Looked lovely. I stepped on that train. My partner stepped on that train. And like third to last dance, I'm dancing. Someone comes up behind me. They stepped on the train, and I felt a rip, and a bunch of the stitches from the waist ripped out. You put all this time, this effort, you have this beautiful fabric. You do not want that to happen to your dress. And here's the thing. If that happens, it is not the person who stepped on your dress's fault. It is your fault for wearing a train to a dance. Your fault. Yours. Or wearing a train in a crowded place. I mean, sorry, if you have a train in a crowded place and you have not figured out a way to like carry it or pick it up or whatever, it's your fault. My 2 cents. So I have a bunch of options, and I have a bunch of colors, and I just too many options. And I thought I knew what I wanted to do, and now I'm like, oh, what do I want to do? And I'm trying to narrow it down. I've already got like 3 or 4 people who've messaged me about what I should do for next year's ball. And I'm like, first of all, that's amazing that people are like, yes, please, we love this so much, and you haven't even done it. We're excited for you to do next year's ball. But let's get through this year's ball, okay? Plus, I keep having people say, I'm so excited for this year's ball. I can't wait. And I look at my list, and those people haven't bought a ticket yet. I am limiting the tickets for the ball. Only 60 tickets are being sold, because this is my first event. I don't want to get overwhelmed running my first event, so I'm limiting it to 60 tickets. Almost half of those tickets are sold now. And I know once the Victorian Festival announces their lineup, that's when everyone likes to buy their stuff and get their hotels and everything. Though you really should, if you don't have a hotel now, you should jump on that, because hotel rooms are going fast. Some of the hotels are already booked. If you are planning on coming to the ball and you've been dragging your feet, I would suggest buying a ticket, because they might sell out. I'm not gonna say, oh, they're gonna sell out because my event's amazing, but it's gonna be pretty great. I've been working on the design for the dance cards. The dance cards are a little more of a kind of a memento from the event, but I mean, I guess you can use it as a dance card if you would like to. But I'm working on dance cards, and there's going to be some other mementos that you get to take home. It's definitely going to be just a lot of fun. Okay, I'm done talking about my ball. I'm done. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, hats. I need to make hats. I just realized that today. I had a friend messaging me about some dress up event we want to do. And I was messaging back and forth during the kids' recess. And I suddenly realized that for a bunch of the outfits that I want to make for just various outings and events, I'm going to need hats. And I don't have money to buy hats, so I'm going to have to make hats. And I've only made like 2 historical hats. One of them, people either loved it or hated it. There was no gray area. It was for my seaside bustle dress, and it was this white and navy blue just tilt hat that I made based on a fashion plate. And really, people seriously hated it or they loved it. And it was just like one or the other. So I've got all these hats I need to make. I also am hoping to make some bustle era hats, because I need bustle dresses. I have 2 bustle dresses. One of them was worn once. I have like no pictures of it. It was years and years ago in Utah. And all the stitching from under one of the arms all the way down got ripped out of the bodice. Because I was stupid and like dived into the back seat of a car trying to get a camera that had rolled away. And I just like ripped, just like popped all the stitching down the side. It has been folded up in a bin for like 7, maybe 8 years. I don't even know if it fits me anymore. But I would love to pull it out and see if it fits. If it doesn't fit, is it at all salvageable? If there's something I could do to make it fit, if I even want it to fit anymore, or if I need to like tear it apart and make it something else. But I need more bustle dresses in my life. I just do. I do. I've worn the heck out of my seaside bustle dress. I have a love-hate relationship with it, but at this point in time, I've worn it so much that it is like worn out. In fact, that's kind of the case with a lot of my costumes. And so I need more costumes on hand so that my costumes are not like getting completely worn out from being worn so much. Though I do like that I don't feel like I have to make a brand new costume for every single event. That I have costumes that I just love, like my, I know it's here somewhere, because it's supposed to get, it needs to get soaked. It needs a soak wash. Anyway, like my early Edwardian, cream colored with the colorful embroidery on it. I still love that outfit. It has so much wrong with it. Like, so much wrong. Whenever I look at it with like my seamstress eyes, I'm like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Oh, what was I thinking? What is going on? Why? Oh, why did I do that? Oh, there's so much wrong with it. But when I put it on and I look in the mirror and I have my big, beautiful pink hat on with it, I look like a freaking Edwardian princess. I feel like an Edwardian princess. I mean, I feel beautiful. And you know, that's what matters. My costumes being perfect, that will never happen. No, no, no. I'm not just being self-deprecating. That will never happen. But do they still look lovely? Do I feel good when I wear them? Yes. And that is what matters. That is what counts, my friends. Do you feel good when you wear them? When you put them on, are you like, look, I'm one of the crowd? Then you have succeeded. Word of advice. I don't know if this is going to show up on camera, but I'm going to see if it does. This is my little lesson for you today. This may or may not show up on camera. When you need to buy some fabric from anywhere, really, and you're buying it online, and you buy a swatch, if you decide I want that fabric, you need to buy it. First of all, you need to buy it right away, because fabrics sell out and then they order more and the color is sometimes not the same. So instead of a swatch, I had ordered some teal velvet. Now, this may not show, but I had ordered some teal velvet. Just like a yard to take a look at it. When I ordered another yard of teal velvet, can you see? They are not the same color. This is more green. This is more blue. So I decided against it. Later, when I bought more of the same teal velvet from the same person, the exact same stuff, I was sent this, which is also a completely different color. So, like, just, you want to make sure you get all your fabric from one run. So, also, I always overestimate the fabric that I'm going to need. So if I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to need 5 yards of fabric, I usually get 6 or sometimes even 7, just in case. What if I mess up? What if I underestimated and I'm wrong? I always get a little bit extra, because if you are wrong and it's been a few months and you finally got into making your thing and you order more of that fabric, it may not be the same color. It may look completely different. So just, and this isn't just for velvet. This can be a cottons, everything. Absolutely everything. This follows all of it. All of it. It's a good rule of thumb. Just order it as soon as you're ready and over order, because it might come back to bite you in the butt later. Okay, my friends, I think that might be it for today. Yeah, I think that's it for today. But, I know I'm like a couple of days late, but there will be some special content next week. So pay attention. And I don't know, I might just go live just for fun next week, because I have a friend who's mentioned a couple of times. She's always like, why don't you just go live for your videos since you don't really edit them? And I've thought about that and I'm like, that's true. I could go live, but there have been very rare occasions where I have edited my videos, where something has happened, or some, like, In fact, I don't know if it was the last video or the one before that. The ring light on, or the part of the ring light that holds my camera just fell. It just went, and my camera hit the ground. And I was like, what? You know, so I picked it up and I put it back up and it had stopped the video. So I had to start a whole new video. And so I tried to just pick up where I'd left off. And so if you watch really closely in that video, during a certain point, there is a cut there. And that's where I cut out that my camera just fell and hit the floor. So, I mean, there are times that I do edit a little bit, but I guess I like the option to edit in case something happens and I need that option. But I might go live next week just for fun. I'm not going to warn you about it. it's just going to happen. And my understanding is if I go live, then after I'm done, it will just show up like a regular video. So you can just watch it like a regular vlog video anyway. Thank you for sharing all of your comments with me about what you're working on, what's going on in your lives. I like our little family. I like our little friend family, my friends. Thank you for following along, because I know this is just a little one woman's vlog about her random costuming adventures, and I know it's not fancy, and I know that I don't have a bazillion followers and whatnot, and you know, I sometimes feel that bad that my videos aren't fancier and shinier and all of that, but it's the followers don't really matter to me so much as just having a community to interact with when it comes to this hobby that we all love and hate so much. Because you gotta have a love-hate relationship with it if you are really gonna be my friend. And I think we're friends. I think we are friends, my friend followers. I'm gonna go make a peanut butter and honey sandwich. So have a great day. Bye, friends.